So, hey guys, Bats here, and today we are finally back with another video. Now, today I'm going to be trying out a new style of content, alright? Now, as you all know, this is a drug story channel. I tell my personal experiences for the most part, but I've decided to try and branch out my content, and I'm going to start reading trip reports. Now, if you guys have a trip report that you would like me to read on the channel, you can hit me up on any of the social medias that I have left in the description. I'm going to start adding my Discord in there, and I might even make a Discord server since a couple of people have asked me to do that. But yeah, so I'm just going to get into it. I don't really know what else to say, so yeah. This story is called Trapped in Hell by my friend Peft. The drugs used were DXM polisterex at a dose of 4.3 grams, which if you know anything about Delsum or DXM at all, that's a huge dose. And he weighed 200 pounds at the time, he's gender male, and he was 17 at the time. Alright, let's get into it. I'm going to preface this story by advising anyone who feels they have a problem with over-the-counters to find support groups or in/outpatient therapy. A little backstory. I started using DXM and DPH when I was 14 years old, and it became my favorite thing of all time. It was convenient, always a good trip for me, and I was able to find a bunch of friends who were into what I was doing. Not only did it provide a good high, but it brought me a new sort of personality. But ever since I tried it, it instantly had me hooked. I was taking 400 milligrams of menthol cough syrup every day for like 2 weeks, and then I tried DPH. Which is where I think I lost myself because of how it became the only thing that I ever wanted to do. Tripping was the pinnacle of fun for me, and as time went on, it stopped being fun. My family started noticing I was high on something that wasn't just weed, and they were extremely concerned when I told them I was drinking cough syrup and taking Benadryl every day. At the time, I never really understood why they freaked the fuck out. After all, I was in the honeymoon phase, and I was having fun. Later on in my use of over-the-counters, I got on probation when I blacked out and put a knife to someone's neck, and I told them I was going to kill them. I ended up waking up in the Detroit JDF and not knowing why I was there for 2 weeks. I assumed that my family had just filed incorrigibility like they had been talking about before, because they wanted me in a state rehab, since I would refuse to get inpatient services on my own. I've been on probation for the last 2 years of my life. I'm 18, I've been in rehab twice, JDF 3 times, and I'm now only finally clean from all substances except for nicotine. Anyways, I'll start with the story already, because I'm sure you're intrigued why or how this went. It started when I just started using DXM again recreationally on probation in March. I had just got out of a 3-month stay at rehab. To make it short, I knew I was going to get violated and sent to JDF for a 1 to 2 year stay at placement. With that in my mind and the years of family problems and depression, I decided one morning really impulsively to take a walk to the CVS with my backpack on me. The plan? Steal 4 5-ounce bottles of Delsum and hope it kills me. So that morning, I call a friend telling them that I'm tempted to kill myself, and I end up lying to them about how I'm not going to do it. I take a walk to the store while my family isn't home early that morning and walk to CVS. No fucks given, just put 4 bottles of Delsum in my backpack on camera. After all, this would be my last trip. Why would it matter if they saw me? It's not like they would even catch me if I ran. I go home and talk to my mom and sister, telling them that I feel something bad is going to happen and how I don't think I control my drug use. My mom prays for me even though I'm antagonistic, and she tells me how much she loves me and then goes to work. I end up spacing out each bottle 1 hour apart so that I don't vomit, and as I fall into what I personally call the Dextroverse, where you start becoming a part of a reality that is so vastly alien to your own, I started listening to this song by Suicide Boys called Clyde. I can only describe the feeling of drifting into dissociation that day, as it started off as the feeling of losing oxygen to your brain or huffing something. I began to grow weak after the first 2 bottles and was having a lot of fun, genuinely. After the 3rd bottle is where I started talking to my sister, and she asked me if I was going to be okay today. I fist bumped her and told her I promise you I'll be fine. I couldn't have her knowing because I was a coward. I didn't want to see her grieving me before I was already dead, and she would try to prevent my efforts to leave Earth. I soon call my friend back and tell him that I went through with it, and they tell me they were going to call an ambulance to my place. I convince them not to do it, but they end up just calling my mom instead. I was honestly fucking flabbergasted on how they even knew I was high, but my dumbass obviously had told on myself. Perhaps as a cry for help. My mom comes back from work, rushing back to the house, and keeps asking me when I'm on. I tell her that I took 2 grams of DXM polisterex. At that point, I was on 4.3 grams, and tell her, Mom, it's okay, because DXM polisterex is, it's not gonna kill me, in a really slurred voice. The slurred speech became so bad that it made it hard to finish a sentence. My mom takes me with her to go run an errand because I convince her I'll be fine, that I've done this before and there's nothing to worry about. In that car ride, I wasn't talking at all. I felt as though the car wasn't even moving. Like, dead ass. And when I went on my phone, I couldn't make out a single thing. It was so fucking confusing. But I ended up tapping the screen till I got some random song on Spotify playing on my phone. I walk out of the car on my way back into the house and fall on my ass. This is when she calls 911. And then I just pretty much chill on the couch with my sister. She takes a photo of me, and I look red as a tomato and my eyes are the size of watermelons. I tell her I'm the DXM wizard and just pretty much chill and listen to music before the EMT straps me down in a stretcher, and I get put into the back of an ambulance. I started to feel like I was brought into another spiritual world. I slowly could hear nothing, and I lost my ability to speak and got temporary amnesia. I remember bits and pieces of being at the hospital with my mom, except I didn't know her, and I kept trying to walk out of the bed as if I was in a game or something. My thought process was, if I leave here, I'll be better. Having not been able to remember who my mom was, I was really creeped out why this familiar entity to me was trying to show me love and affection. It not only felt strange, but disturbing. So I kept trying to push her away from me. I later remember I was put in restraints and broke out of them several times. With my dummy strength, and at one point I was convinced I was sent into a personalized hell that was the place I hated most and had the most trauma with, the hospital. I said in Romanian, my ethnic background, to God for some reason, "De musa salava ma." I don't know if I said that right. He says it over and over again. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I don't speak Romanian. Please don't crucify me. Because I believed I was trapped in hell, which means God save me. Later on, I ended up coming down after 2 days in the ER, and my sister came to visit me. She brought her service dog and snuck me in a vape. I took like 4 hits of this 50 Nick Breeze and became instantly fucking high again, but it was pleasant this time. We talked all night and I told her I was sorry, but I don't think to this day that she could ever truly forgive me. Having gone to rehab after this for 8 months, I'm still clean with a vow to never use over-the-counters again. Even if I relapse, I've promised myself to just stick to weed. By the way, I want to dedicate this trip report to my sister Abby. Abby died of a fentanyl overdose on November 1st, 2022. She struggled with cocaine addiction and was my best friend, and this was one of the last times that I had seen her before she died while I was in rehab. I know she's in a better place, and I now go to NA, and I'm on the right path, but I'm struggling every day to stay clean. Love you all, guys, and thanks for taking the time to listen to my shittily written trip report. So, just to kind of break this down a little bit, DXM is a very interesting substance, and even though it's not physically addictive, there are many people, including myself, even though I'm not happy to admit it, that have become mentally addicted to DXM. And my friend Peft here was, of course, one of those people. And, it's really crazy how such a powerful substance is available over the counters, and I think it's very important that the correct information is put out about this substance to stop things like this from happening to people, because that's one of the main reasons that I do what I do, is because I know that I'm dumb and I've made a lot of stupid decisions and mistakes, but I want to make sure that none of you guys ever make these same mistakes. And I hope that listening to this can be a cautionary tale for anyone who's thinking about trying DXM. I'm not going to tell you not to do it because that's just not who I am. But I am going to tell you to please be careful, do your research, and stay safe. Without any further ado, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please leave a comment. I read all the comments and try to respond to all of them as best I can. And, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you guys want to see more videos from me, just show support, and it really helps. I'm hoping to get another video out this week, like an actual normal story, and maybe we'll try and get on some kind of schedule where maybe I'll do like a trip report at the beginning of the week and a story at the end of the week or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises, but I'm trying to make videos, Anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Stay zooted, stay lifted. Peace.
I don't need no watermark, you know who I am. Smoking on that flag, I'm the federal man. I can never lie, that's just who I am. Oh, you merely trust, don't you wanna start? Don't say that you can, you ain't getting none. Puffin' many can, my feet are fat. I don't need no watermark, you know who I am. Smoking on that flag, I'm the federal man. I can never lie, that's just who I am. Oh, you merely trust, don't you wanna start?